Hi Rebecca, how are you? Lovely to meet you.
Okay.
Now then, first lesson.
Could we please ask you a favour?
Now currently only 25% of our viewers are subscribing.
We would absolutely love to get this to 50%.
It's free to subscribe and it makes such a difference to us.
If you enjoy watching our videos, please just hit the subscribe button and it will do us such a good favour.
And it'll really make our channel grow.
I always ask all my students here, you've best paid for a load of lessons off me. What are your expectations? So at the end of the day, you go home and you say, did you have a great lesson, says Mum? And you say, yeah, amazing, amazing. And Mum says, because? And you say,
I just want to be able to move the car, I think.
I just want to be able to move the car.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll build up to that, won't we, on that?
Yeah.
What we're going to do, though, is we're going to drive somewhere quiet. So what I don't want is any cutter in class, because what we're going to do today is kind of learn control of the car.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, I'll drive over there, of course, so don't worry.
That's good.
Now, never driven before.
No.
You have driven a bicycle, I think you read in your notes you have, so you've got a little bit of awareness of road, what side of the road we drive on,
Yeah.
and you've got an idea what gears are and things like that.
I like to think so.
Yeah, fantastic. So, here's a thought. How are you feeling about this moment about driving now? Let's say 10 is super confident, 1 is kind of the other end of the scale. Where are you? We're going to be driving over, you will be doing a bit of driving later. How do you feel about it?
Maybe about 5.
Okay, we'll take a 5.
I'm a little bit nervous.
A little bit nervous, a little bit apprehensive.
Yeah.
But that's absolutely fine. You're not the first person to feel a little bit apprehensive about driving, so really don't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll move off there and we'll go at your pace as well.
Thank you.
So I better put my glasses on for this. So we're going to move off then. And have you started your theory work yet?
I've had a look.
Get it done as soon as you can.
Okay.
It really helps with the learning process, and once you've passed it, it basically means you can book a driving test and you've got 2 years. That's not going to be the issue, it's not going to run out, but the thing is, getting driving tests at the moment is an absolute nightmare.
Okay.
So we need to get you in the system. The chances are we'll probably be bringing it forward.
Okay.
With all probability. We'll see how it goes. So get that sorted out. Now then, because you started your theory work, I want you to give me, in driving, give me a definition of what you think a hazard is.
Maybe like something that will make you stop quickly.
Something that'll make you stop quickly, a crash, an accident,
Yeah.
a child running out, a dog, whatever. Yeah, everyone says that. Very dramatic.
Okay.
Very, very dramatic. All it is a definition. All a hazard is just anything that's going to make you change speed or change direction.
Okay.
That is it. So when you think about it, all we're doing with driving is going from hazard to hazard to hazard. So here comes a roundabout, I'm slowing it down, I'm dealing with the hazard, moving on to the next one, turning right, stopping for a zebra crossing, whatever. So all driving is, when you think about it, is going from hazard to hazard to hazard, dealing with it with what we call a hazard routine.
So the roundabout is a hazard.
Absolutely, because it's a change. I'm joining someone else's road, that's where the hazards happen. So that's all driving is going from hazard to hazard to hazard, dealing with a hazard routine, and in between the hazards, here's a hazard here, look, red light's coming on, so I'm dealing with it, I'm slowing down to stop for the pedestrian crossing, I've dealt with it, there we go, one hazard dealt with, we'll move on to the next one. So in between the hazards, I'm looking out for potential hazards. Very simply, things that will potentially change my speed or direction.
Okay.
The car pulling out of there, maybe someone walking across, or whatever it is. That is it.
Okay.
That's simple.
You make it sound.
It's that simple. So you're asking yourself, why do I need a driving instructor for that? Well, the thing is, it's the process of how we learn. Now, I'm looking at your shoes down there, and I dare say you got your shoes tied there, and I imagine you tied them yourself.
Yes.
How did we get to that? You could have even held a telephone conversation, spoken to your mum or whatever, you wouldn't even realise you tied your shoelace. How did we get to a situation where we did quite a complicated thing and not even think about it? Well, we learn in 2 ways. We learn consciously and we learn subconsciously. And this is the problem we have with learning to drive, is there's certain things in the human psyche which makes driving a little bit dangerous. Now, for example, no cause and effect. That's the big thing. let's say for example, I'm turning right, and the last thing I do would be checking my right mirror, and if I turned left, the last thing I do would be checking my left mirror. Why do you think I would be checking my mirrors right or left just before I commit myself to going across or going into the bend on the left?
To make sure there's nothing on that side.
To make sure there's nothing on that side. More point, has a motorbike missed a signal or someone on their phone crossing the road in front of you? Now, when you think about it, you could drive all day, not checking your mirrors, nothing ever happens. You could be driving all week, nothing ever happens all year. But one day, that motorbike will miss you, that child, person on the phone will walk across you. So improbable is never impossible. So we have to learn something really, really, really thoroughly.
Yeah.
Great, so it just becomes subconscious. Okay, get it?
Muscle memory.
Why do I need a driving instructor for that? Okay, I've got to learn something really, really, really well. Well, it's to do with the process of how we get there. Remember that shoelace we got there? How did you learn to drive? Well, so your shoelaces are down there.
Yeah.
How did you get to a stage where you time not even thinking about it? Well, we learn consciously, and then we learn subconsciously. Now, consciously, I don't know, 4 years old or whatever, you're given a set of very, very simple instructions. You're told left hand, left lace, right hand, right lace, tie it, do it round. And then you had to go and you kind of build your muscle memories. You just mentioned a bit of coordination, and it sort of happened like that. Now, you got your shoes on. Just imagine your friend phoned you up and said, I've been wearing flip-flops all my life, Rebecca. I've just bought these things called trainers over the telephone. Can you tell me please how to tie a shoelace? And you would really, really, really struggle. You would be, and you do this and you can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, why is that? Because you learn consciously. Just checking all around there, potential hazards. Then subconsciously it came along. Now, we've all got a subconscious, and I call mine Meg, for the want of a better name like that. Now, Meg sits there subconsciously.
Yeah.
You don't know she's there, she's subconscious. And she's not as quick a learner as your conscious side. And she sits there and she needs lots of very simple basic instructions. Now, over time, she goes, got it. Yeah, I like what you're doing. Those two laces becomes that. Got it. Bit clunky, bit complicated. I can make it even better though. And she does, it turns into this lovely fluid thing. So the reason you can't explain a basic action is because how you do it was not how you learnt it. That became something else. And the same thing happens with driving as well.
Okay.
That's good. There's one little problem. Meg's got another job. This all comes into you feeling a bit apprehensive about driving. Meg's got another job. It's a little bit more important than tying shoelaces more fluently. She keeps you alive. That's her main job. She sits there, she monitors your heartbeat, your breathing, and if she feels she's under attack, especially caused by something your maverick conscious side has decided to do, Meg stops being subconscious and becomes very conscious very quickly. For example, I've got a wonderful idea. I'm going to hold my breath and see if I can pass out by oxygen deprivation. That's why this is my unconscious idea. This is fantastic. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here I go. Anyway, so probably after about 2 minutes for you, probably about 15 seconds for me. Meg's sitting there going, hello, what's going on here? Oxygen levels are dropping. SpO2, what's going on? Oh my god, that idiot's trying to kill me. I'm taking over control. So that's what we got. So, I dare say you're feeling a little bit apprehensive. And I dare say, if I said, go on, stand on the pavement, you know how clutch works, do you? You ease off the clutch slowly. You've probably seen your parents drive or someone drive.
I've seen a few videos.
Ease off the clutch really quickly. If I asked you to stand on the pavement and said, look, Rebecca, lift your foot off the ground really slowly, you'll be able to do it. Put you on this side of the car and you're going to go like that and stall the car, for example. Now, was that you controlling the car? No. Meg came along and go, oh my god, it's a ton of metal, I'm really scared about this, oh my god, do something, and we react to that. What it actually is if you want to get all scientific about it, you're actually powering up your sympathetic nervous system, actually a fight or flight response. response. Your body thinks it's under attack, gets a little bit confused because it hasn't really evolved with cars that well, and it's fight or flight, do something, freeze, all those reactions. So therefore, Meg is only going to learn when she's calm, watching calmly, watching a conscious side to learn, because all we're doing consciously is building up a nice pattern for Meg to come along and build it and do it nice. So if Meg's upset, you're not going to learn a thing. Hence, we're not going to go down the slip road on your first lesson, because it would terrify you from that. So what we're going to do then, we're going to go up here, find a very calm, in fact I'm going to find the most calmest place possible with no other cars around, so therefore you know if you make a mistake there's no consequences to it, and we learn from making mistakes. So that is phase one. Phase one, learn control of the car. Essentially today you're not a driver, you are learning to operate a machine. I don't want anything around, it's literally 4 meters by 2 meters, how do I start to work it? That's phase one. So we're going to up here, turn left. Dealt with a hazard, slowed it down, can I get through the road out to the other side without causing anyone else to do what? A change of speed or direction because of me, and that's all driving is. Here's another hazard. We'll put it up on the left hand side then. Really nice quiet road. I can't find a quieter road than this, even on a Saturday. And where should we pull over? Where's safe and convenient, do you think? Here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's change seats.
Okay.
Thank you very much for watching.
So do remember, please like and subscribe and press notify.